Peace, y'all. Welcome back to Street Therapy. I'm your host, Mr. Morgan, aka Ken Law upon the Swiftly, the Rowdy MC. And I just want to give some therapy sessions to my peoples that's in the streets, man, because we deal with the streets, and some of us we just too prideful to go to get therapy and get help. So maybe this channel can be your way of getting some therapy without nobody really knowing, and it can relate to those who have to deal with the streets one way or the other. Okay, let's start off with mild depression. Now, mild depression is something that most Americans walk around with. Most people in the world walk around with, and you're not knowing, are you irritable sometimes? It's like, do you have sadness, lack of enthusiasm, lack of motivation, so to speak? Your mood swings are going different, right? Well, I want y'all to know that that's all mild depression, and you have something called forgive me, dysthymia. Dysthymia. I'm hood. Dysthymia. Okay, forgive me. Um, and that's also like a depressed mood for like, say if you in a depressed mood for a year. Cause I gotta talk to y'all. Cause I'm hood now. I'm educated. I'm intelligent. I'm all that, and I'm street. And this is for street therapy. So forgive me if my language is a little urban, so to speak, but my ghetto vernacular definitely reaches the masses. Anyway, if you've been in a foul mood for over a year, dysthymia. That's what you need to look up. Look it up. Lack of energy, either overeating or poor eating. Not being able to get no sleep or just oversleeping. Like just sleeping from like 8 o'clock at night all the way to 1:30, 2:30 in the afternoon. Waking up and not feeling rested. This is all mental illnesses. This is all depression, any form you want to call it in. When you deal with the streets, man, and you're constantly running from police, constantly having to watch your back, constantly have to watch those around you, constantly just on guard, like you can't never be at ease. Brother, that's going to cause some stress in your life, if not a lot of stress. It's going to cause some stress. If you're watching people get money and make it out and then you're stuck there, like every time you turn around, somebody graduating high school, somebody's doing something else with their life, and you're kind of like just stuck at this place, that's going to irritate you and cause some stress too in your life, man. If you lose friends, like the day one homie died, then your other friend died next week, and then the following week your family member died. This causes depression because a lot of us we don't know how to express ourselves. We don't know how to walk up to somebody and be like, yo, I need some help. We don't know, we know we too prideful. We too street, we too thugged out, we too militant to be showing people I got emotional problems and shit. Well, let me tell you something, brother. As a brother who did 12 years in federal prison, who's been getting locked up since 1992, I'm dealing with my depression. I'm dealing with my depression, and it's not a joke. I function, I love, I take care of my kids, keep myself clean. I ain't sitting in no house as no hermit, but I do recognize my mood swings. I do recognize that I'm irritable. I do recognize that I am quick to say I don't give a fuck no more. I'm quick to shun some shit off. I'm quick to be like, fuck it. Sometimes I get frustrated, I be like, fuck it. Sometimes I can be happy right now and then sad the next minute. And when I say sad, not like, sad, but just like I sit here and talk to y'all and I'll be kicking it with y'all. But then I might just zone off into a thought like, damn, man, they killed my homie right on the block we hustled on. Like, shot his brains out. Like, I can't see him no more. Like, that shit fucks with me. When I think about the friends that I lost that I won't be able to talk to no more. That fucks with me, y'all. It bothers me. It hurts me. It depresses me. Because really, like, you know, as far as close friends like that, like, I don't really got a few. And I'm talking about few. Everybody I really hung out with and did dirt with and all that shit, they dead or in jail. You know? Out of my little clique, you know, me, 4 left. You know? I have some childhood friends that's still alive, man. Thanks to them. But this is what I'm saying. Like, even just that moment, see how I slipped off, because that shit fucks with me, y'all. When you lose people on these streets, man, even though we thugged out and we bust our guns and we sell all these drugs and all this other good shit, I don't do that no more. Just put it out there for y'all try to lock me up in the fucking Fed. I don't hustle. I hustle music and other ventures. You know what I mean? That I gotta pay taxes on. But anyway, point being, when you lose your friends and stuff like that, it's gonna affect you, homie. And it don't make you soft to admit that. Like, I'm not soft because I'm telling you that I'm dealing with mild depression. You know, for those who want to come up on our, you know, the show and make jokes and laugh at people's, you know, honesty, let me say this to you. You know, if you grew up with 12 people and you only got 4 of them left, how would you feel? When you look at some of these rappers that passed away, you know, sad for them that happened to them. But what do you think their children going to face on Father's Day? Or their children going to face on Mother's Day? Or when your child's mother or your child's father has to bring them up to the prison to see you, and them children are seeing you incarcerated. What did you think that does to their psyche? So I want y'all to know that this ain't for playing game. This ain't a, you know, come up here and be on some bullshit or try to put negative ass comments in. Like if you ain't walking this street life, if you haven't been affected by it, then you might not be able to relate, but you need to watch it so you can understand what's really going on. I'm not going to sit here and act like, you know, I got all the answers, because I don't. But I do know from being in prison with all the real dudes and a lot of you fake dudes. I've been in there with you. And a lot of y'all tore my ear up. And shout out to those who let me tear their ear up, because I had to vent to people just like they had to vent to me. But the moral of the story is we all dealing with some type of depression and we need to talk about it. We don't need to get on medication. Don't let these pharmaceutical companies, and they might ban me, but you don't need, some of you might need medication. Some of you might do. Because you got severe depression. You know, you have severe depression. However, dealing with mild depression, you don't need the medication, y'all. You need to learn how to have somebody to talk to, learn how to deal with it, recognize your issues and work on it. Like me, I don't take no medication for no mild depression. I survived all them years in prison. I'm free now. Trust me. Every time I look at the sky, every time I get to hug my kids, that's my medication right there. Positivity. When you're dealing with depression, you need positivity in your life more than anybody else. You do. Let's talk about the street life today. When you deal with the street life, it's hectic, man. It's like you just always on point, man. Like, and the unsurety of like, will I make it home tonight is scary. That's not normal, y'all. And we live like this every day, 365 days. You know, this how we living. Always looking over your back. Always got to keep the gun on you. Every night you got to go out and ride on your ops. Bruh, this ain't about what you should do and don't do in the streets. This is just about recognizing what's going on with you mentally. Let me address this issue because some of these people who have their PhDs in psychology, they don't give a fuck about y'all. They want to charge you $500 a session. They want to, put you on all this medication to make you more crazier than what the hell you already are. What I'm offering to you, people, is a place to come get some therapy, yo, on some street level shit. So I ain't gonna be politically correct to satisfy any customers who haven't been in the hood. And I want them to know that I'm intelligent. So I'm gonna talk like this and I'm gonna use proper terms and phrases. No, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you because I'm talking to my street people, man. And my street people are intelligent. We are diverse. My street people created hip hop that came from poor people in the hood. All this glitz and glamour with the hip hop thing. I ain't gonna go off topic, but let me tell y'all something. If you wonder why these kids is walking around committing suicide and killing people all the goddamn time with no one, you like, oh, they don't know. No, they are depressed. They are depressed. It's mental shit going on up there. And we have to address that. So I'm going to give them someone they can talk to, someone they can listen to, who ain't going to judge them. I'm not going to turn my back on you. I need more people from that song that they claiming I'm rapping on Demon Time. Yeah, if you on Demon Time, you definitely need to listen to my show. You need to listen to my show, homie, on your Demon Time. Yeah, if you listen to Demon Time, you are definitely mentally stressed out and you are mentally depressed. You got on Demon Time because something was going on in your childhood. When kids grow up poor, or they grow up in an abusive home, or a mentally abusive home, or emotionally abusive home, it causes anger inside of them. But that anger stems from the sadness that came with their situation. And now they're angry because they was hurt. So they hurting people because they're hurt. And they don't know what's going on. Some of these kids are 11, 12, 10, and 9. You 8 years old. You don't know where your mother's on drugs, your father ain't around, your older sister's, prostituting, or your big brothers all in the streets, or your brother's getting killed, or they locked up. What do you think that does to a child's mentality in the hood? And then when you have that child in the hood with that mentality, the outside world, which we are taught to fit into, don't accept us. So now if you're not going to get accepted, you're going to go where you're accepted at. And in the hood is where you're accepted at. Why you think some of these big time drug dealers never go nowhere? Because they're not going to be accepted nowhere. They know you could be the man on this block, but if you go overseas, don't nobody know you. Now you got to pay your dues and show what you about all over again. So some people stay where they're comfortable at, but ask them, are they happy like that? Some of us, we make it out the hood, but for me, it's depressing sometimes to see people still stuck in my hood. My whole thing is to get a whole bunch of money and bring a bunch of real motherfuckers out the hood into something different, show them something different. Every time I go overseas, every time I travel, it's like a refreshing thing for me. And I'm dealing with mild depression, so I need positivity. I need new scenery. I need to explore the world. I need to see peace in front of me so I can absorb that peace. Because in the hood, in the streets, all that's in front of me is violence, gang shit, is drama, depression shit all day. Seeing fiends who I know they children and they out here in the garbage can. It's just depression shit all day in front of me in the hood. So I need to see peace. When you constantly see peace, you absorb it. If you constantly seeing depression, violence, you're going to absorb it. That's why they say watch what you listen to. Watch what you look at. In these streets, brothers, I'm telling you right now, sometimes people are killing people just because they depressed. They're not real murderers. Because when they get incarcerated, and I seen them. I seen murderers get incarcerated. I've been talking to people who got convicted of murders. Right? And I seen a bunch of stuff I can't say on TV. You know, I have a bunch of stuff I can say on TV, but it would incriminate me or incriminate somebody else. But just know, I'm not bold enough to come up here and be who I am and say what I'm saying if I don't got the respect to do so. And I got the heart to do so. And I respect myself. I don't mind being vulnerable for y'all. This ain't about the money. My other channels, they about the money. It's about spreading hip-hop, doing what I'm doing. But this channel right here, this is strictly out of love, man. This is strictly out of love and respect. Take it or leave it. But I know some of y'all need counseling. I know y'all do. I know I did. You know, and this is counseling. This is helping for me too. You know, I got a sister, not a blood sister, but a sister. And I know her little brother, and I won't mention her name or her brother's name because that's not my place. And I don't want to open no wounds for them. But I know a sister who lost her little brother, the street shit. And they murdered him crazy. That affected her and her brothers and her other siblings. Do you know the you be chilling and get a phone call, hey yo, they killed your little brother. And that's one thing already, but then to find out how they killed him, and you got to carry on the next day. Because you still got Duke Power, or you got PSNG, or you got T-Mobile, or you got Apple, you got bills still coming in, you still got bills coming in. Your job still wants you to do that presentation tomorrow. Or your job still wants you to come in and drive the forklift tomorrow. Or your aunt still wants you to go over there and make macaroni and cheese. Or your friend still wants you to go to the concert. Or you got to put on a concert. Or you got to go make the beat. But you're dealing with something that you just can't sit back and just deal with. That's going to have you depressed. It's going to make you moody. And not shout out to my brother named Moody down the north side, 07104. But y'all know what I'm saying. Like, it's going to make you moody. You're going to be happy one minute, and at the drop of a fucking dime, you could be flipping. You could be mad as hell. You ask your spouse. You walk in the house, you happy, la, 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 la. You go in the room, you start having thoughts about the people that passed away, shit you couldn't handle, that you wish you could have handled back then. And like, it's all types of shit. And it just depresses you. The next thing you know, that same person you smiled at come in the room, you mad as hell at them. Listen, man, ask the people that surround me if I'm not moody. Everybody call me emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm not emotional. I'm just dealing with mild depression. So I don't take kindly to people fucking with my peace of mind. That's why I don't fuck with a lot of people now. And if you're dealing on the street still, you still out there. That's what you got to understand. You got to understand that you're dealing with a mental disease. It's not irregular. You don't need medication, but you need to recognize it so that way you can handle shit differently. Like when I'm in a mood, if I start thinking about one of my partners that passed away, right? And a lot of my partners passed away violently. Their last days, their last breaths on this earth was real violent, man. Killed one of my brothers on the phone with his son. Over what? Over depression. Yeah. If you're happy, for those who have traveled out the States, let's just keep it. If you went somewhere out your city, aunt's house, camping, great adventures, amusement park, whatever, just think about when you was having fun, the last thing you was thinking about doing was hurting somebody. You just wanted to have fun. When you hurting somebody and you doing some shit to somebody, or somebody's doing, That's not fun. Both of y'all are not in a good mental space. You know, you from this strip, that person from that strip, or this person from this gang, and you from that gang, and you don't watch a lot of friends from your gang die, and they watch a lot of friends from their gang die. Y'all dealing with depression, they dealing with depression. And then y'all meet up. Kids coming to school with knives and guns and all types of shit. Why? They children, but they're depressed. You want children to focus on school when they don't even have nothing to eat at the house. You want these two brothers or these two sisters to be able to go to the corner store and just see each other and leave. But guess what? They both depressed. They both aggravated. It don't take much for two aggravated people to set some shit off. And when you don't know you dealing with mild depression, if you're not able to talk about it, if nobody's reaching out to you to tell you about it, guess what? Then you think what you're doing is normal. You think that your life is normal. You think that the way that you thinking is normal. Well, that motherfucker bumped me. He seen my sneaker. He disrespecting me. No, Joker. You depressed. Everything's going to aggravate you. So, listen, you single mothers. You don't think you depressed? Why the fuck you think you don't want to deal with your kids? That shit ain't normal. You can't. You're irritable. Your mood swings is changing left and right, left and right, left and right. You feel like you ain't got a grip on your own goddamn life. And this is shit that my community mostly, and everybody who's living in the hood has to deal with on a daily basis, man. What I'm saying to y'all this ain't no joke. I'm just, excuse me if I'm not, I got the big backgrounds, I ain't got the glitter and gold, the chains and all that shit, but I care about y'all. I care about myself too. Some of this shit, man, I'm telling you, everything that we doing, from you being a promiscuous woman or a promiscuous man, that stem from depression. Some of y'all got so many kids, you feel like ain't no man gonna love me, so you just fucking. You gave up on yourself. Some of y'all giving y'all kids up. Some of you dudes don't even go around your kids. Because you ain't got enough money, so I ain't coming around. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. You lose your friends on the streets. And I ain't yelling at y'all. You lose your friends on the streets, man, and you got to deal with that shit every day. But let me tell you something, man. I seen a couple of people get killed in front of me. You know, down south and up top. And, you know, at the time, I didn't know, like, that would affect me the way that it did. For real. At the time, you know, I didn't know, like, yo, with my I have a bunch of kids, but my two oldest daughters, when they was first born, I was going through situations with their mothers to where they was playing with my kids, not letting me see them. You know? And that shit fucked with me, because I was raised by both of my parents. I never had no stepdad, I never had no stepmama. Not knocking those who do. This is what I didn't have. I grew up with my parents. They've been married 47 years. So when I wasn't able to see my kids, that fucked with me emotionally. A lot of my chaos, real shit I started to do was stemming from that. I didn't know that at the time. You know, when you go through emotional, like somebody play with your kids and you can't see your kids and you taking them to court, but the court's fucking you over. It's like, yo, that shit makes you hurt and it upsets you. And how can you be emotionally right for any relationship after that if you ain't emotionally right for yourself? Like, how could I love somebody, trust people, whatever, if I'm not seeing my kid? I used to tell people all the time, like, yo, I'm never going to be super fucking happy until I got my babies, man. All of them, man. You know, all of them. So I acted out. I really became chaos. I really was short-term. I didn't give a fuck. You know? And it took an anger management class. Pardon me. I learned some things in the anger management class in the county jail, just, wanting to get out the dorm. So they had little drug programs in the county jail before you went to prison, but it just got you to another dorm. I just wanted to change the scenery. You know what I'm saying? But and doing so, I actually learned something from an anger management class. But what I wanted to say was I didn't learn about my mild depression until I went to go get a grant for my CDL class, my commercial driver's license class. And only way you can get this grant is if you had some mental disabilities, right? Or disability or whatever. So I ain't have no mental disabilities or no disabilities, right? So the counselor was like, talking about my history. He said, you been locked up? I said, yeah, I've been in jail, prison, blah, blah, blah. He said, oh, yo, that's a mental illness. I said, what? He said, yeah. Being in prison for the amount of years that you have been in, it's an illness. It's like you can use that as an illness. I said, for real? So after I went through the assessments of like my education, and that turned out great, and I was doing, the person who's going to give me my grant is a psychologist. And he evaluated me. And I'm being honest with you. So when he evaluated me, right, he was like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what you mean? He said, you're smart, you're educated. What you doing here? And I told him, I said, shit, I ain't got enough money to pay for CDL class. Like, that shit costs a lot. I don't have it. So he was like, so I said, that's why I'm here. So he worked with me. And I started telling him the things I had told my counselor. Because, in order to get to this program, they have a counselor, all this other shit. So it's not like you see this counselor every day. It's just like this the one's working on your case to try to get you the grant, whatever. But the psychologist makes the final decision. You know what I'm saying? So after talking to the psychologist, he's the one who put me on mild depression. And he told me, like, yo, you was in the hole for 6 months. That's a half a year. You was in solitary confinement. That'll fuck with your psyche and this and that. This is why you don't like authority and this and that. And when he started breaking the shit down to me and I studied the mild depression, I said, well, damn, all these years I've been dealing with this shit. I've been doing good because, I'm still looking good. I'm straight. But I'm telling you, a lot of my decisions, I realize now, were very hasty due to me having mild depression. Somebody kill your friend, the first thing you're going to want to do is kill them. And you so mad, you just get up, grab your gun, go to a neighborhood that dude is at, and you just start shooting. That's a hasty decision. It's hasty. Because, think about it. You get the news your friend died. Are you furious or hurt first? When you get that call, are you furious or are you hurt first? Are you saddened first? And that sadness turns into whatever it's going to turn into. When you deal with mild depression, meaning that this ain't the first time, it's the second time or third time. Like, you constantly going through this. You constantly losing people that you know. And you go, after you get upset and you get mad, you go react. It's hasty. That's why a lot of brothers and sisters are being caught on camera doing these wild crimes because you just reacting. The lady who ran over her husband, but she killed the innocent bystander. Why did she do it? Why did she run her man over? Because she found out he was fucking her sister. That had to hurt that girl, that lady, that woman. It had to hurt her first, right, y'all? It hurt her first, right? Then it made her mad. Then she reacted. When you look up mild depression, you'll see that making hasty decisions is a symptom of mild depression. Yeah. Because I know she didn't mean to kill that other innocent bystander. I know she didn't mean to kill him. But being so saddened, being mentally depressed, because I got to depress you. You find out your sister is fucking your man. You know what I'm saying? That gotta fuck you up in all aspects of the shit. So she reacted. When you deal with mild depression, people, and you recognize you got it, that's when the battle's halfway won. Because see, now you know that when you're feeling some type of way, to stop and think. What I do is tell myself, I'm dealing with mild depression, so I must be going through one of them chemical mental changes and shit. So I just need to chill back right now, either separate myself from everybody or focus on something positive. I have an alarm set on my clock. Besides my 5 daily prayers, I have an alarm set on my clock that when it rings off, I just take that minute to just think about something positive, no matter what mood I'm in. It's a reminder. Try it. Set your alarm clock. 9:30, 1:30, 3:30, 6 o'clock, and probably 9:45. Just set it. So when it goes off, all you do is think about something positive. Now, when you on these streets, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. You rolling the dice like a motherfucker. There's, you know what you facing out there. What I advise you to do out there is still set your alarm clock. Even while you hustling and you on point and you watching, that alarm clock go off. Just say, well, I ain't locked up just yet. Ain't nobody die around me today. You know, I got good health. Hey, I might make, my quota for the day. Hey, man, my kids is good. My people's good, Hey, yo, man, I got something to look forward. If you constantly reminding yourself what's positive around your life, you won't be so quick to throw it away. See, a lot of people don't give a fuck no more because they don't feel like they got nothing to live for. They just feel like, fuck it. I don't even give a fuck if I go to jail. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I gotta shoot one of my ops today. Give a fuck if he with his kids or not. Fuck that shit. Gang, gang. And y'all fronting like a motherfucker. This is why I go everywhere I go. And I'm respected everywhere I go. And I ain't got to roll with 30 motherfuckers to go where I got to go. I know a lot of us are dealing with depression, man. I know a lot of us are big-hearted people, man. We just in a fucked up situation. Sometimes we did things hasty, being depressed at our homes. If you ain't getting money at your house or something going on in your house, that's where the streets come in at. It's like 99% of motherfuckers all came to the streets, started from what the fuck was going on in their household. The shit that's going on in your household made you sad. And you was embarrassed by what was going on in your household that you had no control over. So you came to the streets where everybody else was faking and fronting. See, we always having shit going on in our households. Then we came on the streets where everybody was faking and fronting. And now we trying to emanate your happiness and you trying to emanate my fake happiness and so forth and so on. And then some of us mature. We recognize what the fuck we was doing. We changed for the better. Some of us are stuck in that. Some of us don't have nobody to talk to on how I'm talking to them. I do a lot. And I started this show strictly to give people help that I wish somebody would have gave me and to repay the favor that the help that I did get. Because like I said, that psychiatrist, when he put me on that shit, he probably don't remember. It probably was frivolous for him telling me that. But that shit helped me out a lot. And I only talked to him for like 25 minutes, if that. And how we was talking was like off the books. Like he was like, okay, I'm going to get you the grant because I see you trying to do something with your life, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? But then he started just kicking it with me like, yo, that's an illness and blah, blah, blah. Gave me some people to talk to and all that shit. Let me tell y'all something, man. Dealing with mild depression can turn into severe depression, man, and then it could get to the point where you are like cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. You know what I'm saying? So you take it serious. Take it serious. And just know that your homies that you dealing with, your friends out there that you dealing with all fucking day, your girl, just know that they dealing with depression too. If you'll be surprised if everybody was just really bold like they say they was and really strong in their spot as a man. We can all have this conversation on the streets while we doing what we doing. You want fucking demon time. Brother, you want demon time because you depressed. That's why I'm not scared of you. That's why I don't even shun away from you jokers. Because I know, I got people, everybody ain't gonna be on some I'm changing my life shit. And I ain't knocking nobody because when I was out there doing the shit I was doing, I know my parents was telling me what the fuck is you stay the fuck out the streets. You won't, I know people in the street that was like, stay off the streets. That's one thing I do. Congratulate the OGs in my hood because even though they misled the fuck out of me, a lot of them, I ain't gonna say a lot of them, a few of them really was like, the only reason I'm fucking with you is because I really don't want you out here. So at least if I'm fucking with you, your little ass has some sense of direction, but bruh, you don't need to fuck with it. And then some OGs was like, I will fuck with you, but out of respect for your moms and pops, I'm not gonna fuck with you. But I got your back though. But I'm literally not gonna put no drugs in your hand. I'm literally not gonna ever encourage you to fuck with this shit. But I got your back though, but I'm just not gonna encourage. That's the type of shit I grew up under. And when you out here dealing with your peoples, that's what you gonna face. A whole bunch of depressed motherfuckers around each other. Why the fuck you think they out here carrying guns and doing all this suicidal shit, running down on niggas in goddamn broad daylight and killing them and then getting caught? Because they hurt. They ain't motherfucking retarded. It's hope for them. The fuck? It's hope for them. Depression is real. That don't make you weak, nigga. Try me if you want. I'm saying, y'all see me on, I got my kids and stuff like that, but listen, hey, it's up to you. I'm not Charleston White, and I ain't starting no shit with him either, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not going to be up here, yo, I'm from this, done, did that. I'm not doing all that. I don't need to. I'm a father. That says it all. For real. That says it all. So, admitting that you got mild depression, that's why I did it first. I made myself vulnerable first for y'all to come on. Let's talk about it. Let me spark this conversation off so you can talk about it with your homies. Laugh at them, say, yo, man, I think I got that mild depression. Like, what's that? Some of these jokers, some people are just ignorant, man. Meaning they don't know. Don't make them stupid. Just they're ignorant. I'm ignorant of rocket sciences. Rocket science. I don't know about rocket science, but I'm ignorant of that. So if I come around a bunch of scientists that know about it, I'm not going to play smart. I'm going to shut the fuck up, soak up the game, and then I might be able to say something when my time comes. But other than that, and some of your partners, they don't read or write. They think it's too soft if they say they love. It's too soft if they say, yo, I be having mood swings. Like, I don't, These motherfucking suicidal thoughts, people are having depression. It's depression. I want y'all to realize that, man. Like, this shit ain't about laughing and gaming. Like, I care about a lot of y'all. It's not about the money I make, man. It's about the people I can reach. That's what the fuck I care about. That's why I do what I do. I'm not going to live forever. So before I die, I want my good deeds to outweigh my bad deeds. That's just my mission. I don't know about yours. And talking about something, being vulnerable in front of who knows how many people can watch this video, I don't mind, man. I'm human. Yes, I deal with mild depression. I'm not psycho. And a lot of you are dealing with the shit too. You're not able to admit it. So I'm gonna come on here and we gonna kick it. It's the first episode. I'm not doing no fancy shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not doing none of that. And anything I fucking do, y'all, I'm not doing none of that fancy shit. I'm not doing all that. Listen, try to captivate you with. I'm not doing all that shit. Because when listen to what the fuck I'm saying, man. Not what I'm wearing. Not what's in the background. Listen to what I'm saying. Look at your community. It's depressing. And you don't think 99% of y'all aren't dealing with mild depression? You think they out there every day digging in trash cans and you got to see this when you come from work. You don't think that's depressing? It's not depressing to see somebody you went to high school with strung out on heroin. It ain't depressing to see your homegirl just straight hoeing out here. That's not depressing. To see your auntie a crackhead on the street. That's not depressing. To see your closest friends getting murdered in the street, that's not depressing. We dealing with this shit this time. Because in my community, first and foremost, we need to deal with this issue. Once I learned that I had mild depression, the main thing it did for me was it helped me focus. Yeah, like I can focus on some shit now. Because I get bored quick. And when I learned I had mild depression, I said, hold on, man, let me not make a hasty decision. I'm upset or I'm sad. I'm just frustrated right now. Let me sit back and think. Because I got mild depression, so I got to be careful with my decision making because sometimes I just make shit based off of feelings and emotions. You ever do that, y'all? Do shit off of feelings and emotions? And then regret it later? Are you irritable? Mood swings? Like, ain't nobody gotta do nothing to you. Nobody gotta do nothing to you. You in the kitchen, you cooking dinner for the kids. Ain't nobody even fucking with you. But that thought of what happened 5 years ago pop up in your head. Or that uncertainty on how you gonna pay that bill next week pop up in your head. And then, as you're thinking about that, somebody come and say, hey, you need to, no, what? Leave me alone, goddamn. I just did that shit to somebody today. For real. I'm going to apologize for what I'm saying. I did shit today. I was thinking about some shit that was fucked all the way up. And I was thinking about the shit, and then they said something crazy to me like, yo, I'm about to be honest. It was something, and I just was like, what? All right, whatever. But I knew I was being rude, but I kind of was like, all right, I got shit in my brain. Yeah. Yeah. You ever do that? That ever happened to you? There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable, as long as it's not going to get you killed. Meaning that if you with your enemy, if an enemy got your gun in your head, you know what I mean? Or if you beefing, that ain't the time to be talking to your enemy, talking about some, I think we both dealing with my depression. We need to put the guns down. That's not the time, Joker. That's not the time. Don't do stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying to you is with your peoples that's close, when you safe, when you good. You got people around you that really give a fuck. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. I don't know half the motherfuckers you gonna be watching this video, but I'm being vulnerable to you. Because while I'm strong in my spot, first and foremost, I ain't got the front for y'all. I do this shit out the kindness of my heart, man. Because I feel law. And I know it's a lot of people that need to hear this, man. You are dealing with mild depression. This is street therapy. For free. Listen, man, I'm going to share my stories. You hit me on my inbox, this YouTube, so you just post a comment or, I'll leave an email. You know what I mean? Something, you just get at me, man. And I'll talk about some issues that you want to talk about. subscribe, and I'll pretty much, you know what I'm saying, figure it out, man. Because I know some of y'all don't want to be on full blast. I'm not going to put nobody on full blast. I got my subscriber thing to where it's private. So can't nobody like look on my pages and see who all subscribed to me. So everything's going to be private. So I'll be the only one watching it. At the same time, I ain't just, you know, just reach me. You know, I'll put an email up and y'all can reach me on email. Give y'all my third number or something. Y'all can call me on that. Or just go talk to somebody, man. Watch my tapes and then literally go talk to somebody, man. You know? I done lost family members, man. I done lost my grandmother and while I was locked up. And then losing my grandmother while I was locked up, the day of her funeral, my fucking favorite uncle died, man. Like, dude, like I want to cry now. For real. That shit fucks with me. But I had to admit this shit. I had to be vulnerable. I had to really realize, like, yo, a lot of shit I didn't get to handle. Because, you know, I'm in prison for 12 years. Do you know how many friends I lost in 12 years, man? And I can imagine the people who've been locked up 25 years, 30 years. Auntie, uncle, cousin, friend, auntie, other uncle. Ain't no more uncles left. All your aunties is gone. You ain't got no more grandparents. Everybody done died since you've been locked up. You don't think that's gonna fucking depress you? But when you locked up and you a soldier like myself, you know what I'm saying, a straight general, you ain't got time to be crying in the motherfucking dorm. Everybody fucking around you is depressed, nigga. Who the fuck happy they in prison? Everybody, don't get me wrong, we are happy that we got stopped in our track before we got murdered. So we content with that part. Man, ain't nobody happy in prison. I've been around miserable motherfuckers, mild depression, severe depression for 12 motherfucking years. And longer than that, because if you count every time I got locked up since 1992 to 2016, listen, man, that shit'll fuck you up. I feel like, okay, I was crazy. He be talking. No, nigga, I was depressed. So I ain't give a fuck about a bunch of shit. I ain't care about no consequences. The fuck? But now that I'm dealing with it, now that I got an understanding of it, I'm able to make better decisions in my life. And guess what, y'all? I am more peaceful internally, because that's really what matters. Because the world is fucked up. So, you know, you can't kumbaya to the world. You know what I'm saying? But this world right here, you can. You can kumbaya to this world right here. It's all you need. It's that inner peace. Now, I'm able to meet people of all different backgrounds and communicate with them. And they relate to me. I relate to them. And I'm making, you know, better connections. And I'm focused, and I'm able to do multiple things at one time and not be stressed out. I'm able to get certain obstacles placed in my path, and I don't spaz out no more. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I spaz. Usually I'll be quick to be on some fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how I grew up. But I just, you know, on some fucking shit. But now I'm like, I know I got mild depression. These jokers make me kill them, and I'll finish my life. So I'm at, what the fuck they call it when you at Zen? You found your Zen? That don't mean you're not going to go through no shit in the world. It just means you know how to handle it better. When you deal with mild depression head on, you know how to deal with shit better, man. And that's why our youth need to be taught this. In the schools, on the streets, and then the adults need to be taught this also. In the workplace, how many people are going back to their work, spazzing the fuck out? How many supervisors coming in with fucked up attitudes, taking it out on the workers? Especially you motherfucking COs that's up in the county jail because you got to work 13-hour shifts and sometimes 24-hour shifts because the nigga ain't coming on his shift, or people dropping off like flies and ain't enough people to, and you fucking frustrated and you coming to fucking door and fucking with us. Goddamn President Bush, fucking what's his name? All the fucking presidents got to be stressed out. You ain't gonna tell me you know about the real shit and you ain't stressed out. You don't think the president ain't got dealing with no depression? Come on, man. It's just, you know, my brothers in the hood, my sisters in the hood, this for us. But there's no, we ain't abnormal. They dealing with depression too. Give a fuck how much money they got. I don't want to say this one actress name, but her son committed suicide. You don't fucking think that depressed her? But she still got to do this because she got obligations, contracts. She still got to eat. She still got to keep her bills right. She still got other family members that's depending on her. But she just lost her son. He offed himself. You don't think when she move around this earth that she ain't going to have some days where she just smiling, la, 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 and the next thing that she going to pop him in the head. And then what she do? What you do? When you think about your baby father who told you he loved you, and then you find out he fucking your homegirl, and then you read the text where he talking mad shit, how that shit made you feel. And every time you think about this shit, it pisses you off, don't it? And if anybody interacts with you while you thinking about that motherfucking thought, they about to get a tongue lashing or some type of, yeah, that's mild depression, man. I want on this channel, man, I just vibe with y'all. Y'all, and we just kind of, you know, we make it happen. Through a Zoom, and we can talk together. You want to, you know, what's up? You think, listen, the plug. You don't think being the plug is stressful? It's not, you don't think that's stressful? Like always having to worry about somebody telling on you to get out of jail. Like being a plug is like you are automatically a get out of jail free card for somebody. You don't think you be depressed knowing that shit every day? Every day you go to bed and you the plug and you don't think you depressed. You don't think that's depressing to have to constantly think about somebody can send the police to me right now and I wouldn't fucking know until the police got here. And fuck the police, till the feds got here. Or Homeland Security. You don't think that's depressing? You don't think you dealing with mild depression? You getting all this money in the street, but every time you go out, motherfuckers want to kill you. You got to think about who's next to you that'll get you killed for some money. You start paying motherfuckers because you know if I don't pay them, they going to want to kill me. Then you start thinking about that, they might just kill me anyway to get me out the way. Maybe my plug might have a fucking paranoia event happen to him where he started to kill everybody that fuck him just so he won't have to worry about nobody. That shit happens too. Yeah. You be buying from the plug, but let something happen. And that plug says, I want to tie up all loose ends. Yeah. You don't think that's depressing to know, like, yo, I deal with this motherfucker, but at any given time, he might just kill me just because he think I might snitch? So we dealing with depression on all levels on these streets, man. That's why the fuck we making the moves we make. That's why they making the music that they make. They're crying out for help on the low. Nobody give a fuck about me, so I'm the vibe. I've tried to dabba, that's so I'm a slide, and all that shit. They crying out for help, like, yo, man, I'm depressed like a motherfucker. And y'all want me to focus. My mama don't even care about me. One MC was on the shit talking about his mama. Like, he got into it with his mama, like, my grandmama raised me. You ain't raised me. Like, that shit, that was him telling her how bad he was hurt. Look at that shit. If he was on stage, I mean on a goddamn YouTube, whatever, Instagram, whatever, he was live, and I guess he was beefing with his mama, and he said, my grandmama raised me. Because you know why? He said, because he wanted his mother to know how bad she hurt him. How that shit hurted me, that grandma raised me and you didn't. That shit kind of made me what the fuck I am today. Now, what he will say once he recognizes his power is that, yo, that shit depressed the fuck out of me. everybody else with their mama and my grandmama raising me. You ain't want me where my mama was at. And then that shit depressed me. That shit depressed me. So from there, I stopped. And you ain't give a fuck about me. Why should I give a fuck about myself? I don't give a fuck. I'm in these streets now. Fuck that. I love y'all, man. I love y'all for the sake of Allah. Say that much. Depression is real, man. And on this channel, we gonna get to it. I don't care about you liking it or fucking subscribing. Watch it. Learn something. Do something better. I have other ventures where I'm definitely doing it for you to like and subscribe to the channel. But this right here, man, it's just personal, man. Because some of y'all might not even want to let nobody know that you watch this channel. So I'm telling you, all my subscriptions are private. Won't nobody even know you subscribe to my channel. And when you view it, I can't find out who viewed it. It just say somebody viewed it. So you ain't gotta like it. You don't even have to like it, man. This one right here, this ain't about no money. This ain't about no fame. This ain't about nothing else. It's just having something up here so some people can listen to and they can kind of be like, yo, I ain't alone out here. All right? Like I said, I'm gonna get everything situated. So maybe one of y'all do want to contact me. Maybe one of y'all want me to come talk to you, your students at your school or in your. I'm not, I'm not there yet to where I can talk in prison. Right? So don't call me for that just yet. Give me a year. I don't want to go back for nothing. Unless I can talk, do a Sky Zone thing. Y'all can put me on the screen. I can talk. I'll do that. Walking up in there, I'll do a juvenile home, like a group home or a juvenile facility. I'll do that. But real prison, my mindset ain't there to where I can be in that environment just yet. You know what I mean? I'm still affected by being in prison all them years, so I don't want to go back. I hate even that, shit. But it's depression, y'all. A lot of shit that's going on is because our kids and our peoples, they depressed, man. This street life this shit is depressing, man. This shit really ain't really no fun in it. It's more depressing than it is fun, man. You gotta serve somebody you went to school with, mother, and you giving them drugs. You giving their mother or their father drugs. And then you look at them and you say, damn, they ain't got no sneakers on. They ain't got no clean shit on. I know they ain't eating. And it's like you over here selling they parent drugs and you got to watch the effect of they parents' addiction. That's depressing. You don't smile and laugh at that shit. That shit is depressing, man. Every day you come outside, niggas fucked up. Crackheads and dope fiends and homeless people and unattended to children and kids you can see like, oh man, ain't nobody, you know what I mean? That shit depressing, homie. You the only one got paper. You the only one doing something positive. You the only one make it out the hood. And everybody else done. That shit depressing, bro. We all dealing with mild depression. And this is why the music is going the way it's going. This is why society is going the way it's going, because we all depressed. Them scientists are depressed that it's global warming and we're really fucking up the earth. They are depressed because they know what the fuck is about to come. Ask them scientists, are they not depressed? Your mother got all them kids, different men. Trust me, your mama's depressed. That's why she made all them hasty decisions after the third child to get pregnant again and again and again. Depression. Ask him why he's out there holding his gun on him. Good damn well he already got 2 felonies because he's depressed. Excuse me, something in my eye. Real shit. He's depressed. He's depressed. We can combat it. This needs to be talked about more in our community. And y'all deal with y'all situations, man. Tune in next time. This episode 1. I'm not getting fancy on this channel. I'm not getting fancy with nothing. I'm just going to kick it with y'all. Like I said, you ain't got to like it or describe it. Just listen to it. Take something from it, man. And then keep pushing. You know? We just recognize some of the signs. Being irritable. Mood swings. Lack of enthusiasm. lack of motivation, just a sign of depression. Inshallah, I said something that motivates you. And, you know, Mercy La Mif. Peace be upon y'all. And y'all stay focused, man. You know?